House votes to kill FCC internet privacy rules. We're going to tell you exactly what that means. I have a number of articles to share here, but let's start with from Vox.com. So first and foremost, quote, the House of Representatives has approved legislation to allow internet service providers to sell information about their customers' web browsing histories to advertisers and other third parties. The legislation has already been passed by the Republican-controlled Senate, so it is now headed to President Donald Trump's desk for signature. As of now, since we've taped it, Donald Trump has not signed this bill, okay? So just stay tuned to that. Also, according to Kate Tamarello, she is the one of the founders of the group that advocates for online privacy rights of the Electronic Frontier Foundation. She says, quote, we are one vote away from a world where your ISP can track your every move online and sell that information to the highest bidder. Now, also according to Vox.com, quote, the bill overturns regulations the Federal Communications Commission passed in the waning months of the Obama administration. Those regulations, explained in detail by Ars Technica, required ISPs to get approval from their customers before they could sell information about what websites they visit to third parties. So before, we would have to give our consent, okay? Now, you would have to opt out. So you would have to call and you would have to say, I do not want you selling my private information. A lot of people don't know how to do that, or maybe they're not aware. And the Republicans that voted for this, they say that this is a great way to have a consumer-friendly market.
Nuts.
And to help with advertisers to learn more about what you want. And then of course the privacy advocates are saying this is a very slippery slope, that it's just gonna lead to less and less privacy rights. Thoughts, 5 words or less?
Not shocked, but still bummed.
Your porn habit on blast.
It's a kick in the privates.
IS, please respect my privacy. Okay, what do you guys think?
I work for a major telecom company, so I'm always.
Oh, tell us, okay.
I work for, I'm not gonna tell you which one, because they're super expensive and I hate them.
But do some of your customers come up to you and they ask you this?
Absolutely, all the time. They worry about their everything.
Their browsing history, whether
credit
or not
cards,
it'll be
everything.
sold.
Exactly, and a lot of people, I mean, I'm not too familiar with the bill, but I do know that, when you go, let's say I go on to a Sephora website, then I go to another website, I'll have Sephora ads, and so they're already tracking you. This is just more in your face and more upfront. You had said that you can opt out of this, correct?
So the default, the default now that Obama has made certain is that your Charter or Verizon or whoever you pay to get internet service from, those people cannot track your private movements or track whatever you do on the internet unless you say it's okay for them to do that.
Right, you give your consent.
You give your consent. And what this bill will do is make it so you have to hunt and search, and you'll probably never find it because it will be stuck somewhere deep in your terms of service. You just click yes to so you can buy whatever. It'll be nestled that far deep. So what is gonna happen is all your search history, every website you've ever been to, that behavior is sold, monetized by Verizon to make more money.
You're saying that you can opt out, but it's gonna be very difficult to.
Right.
Good luck finding it. Good luck wanting to spend the time to do it.
Back when they had the do not call list, but I feel like I have a very close friend. I have so many friends that do so many awesome, wonderful things that works in a leads generating business, meaning that they sell leads to companies, and it's a multi-billion-dollar business. So I feel like they're already doing this. I don't think selling your information to
Google does it
to other people.
So here's what happens is there are companies out there that track your behavior. So Google has a way of doing it. Anyone who buys into Google's ad network, so when you go and shop for Christmas presents and you wanna buy fancy Ugg boots for your ma, you search for that. You might not buy them, but now you always see Ugg boots on your fucking
Oh, that's right.
internet
We
search,
just did
and it
that.
ruins
That's
Christmas.
right.
I do it for my girl, and then she's over my shoulder, and it's oh, those shoes I definitely, obviously was searching for.
Yeah, and basically what this is that we've seen it with Google, you see it with Facebook too. We'll have these ads pop up, and now your internet service providers sort of want a piece of the pie. So what really bothered me about this is how the Republicans are framing this as like, we're just tailoring ads for you. This is for you.
It's consumer friendly.
It's
That's
consumer
what they
friendly.
quote unquote.
What it is that this is a government that we have that is run by a businessman, and so we're going to see a lot of Republican lawmakers that work for this businessman. They want to take the reins off of businesses and make it so that they can make the biggest profit. And our internet service providers, whoever they are, we're sort of thinking like there's a big market that we could tap into if you could just kind of loosen this up a little bit from the FCC regulations. Could you help us out? Yeah, absolutely. And it was a party vote, which means that basically every single Republican voted yes. All the Democrats voted no. A great point that I saw from a Democrat representative said, if the Republicans are so convinced that this is an effective law, that this is a helpful law for consumers, then they should feel free to just release all their search histories
to the constituents.
There's
I
a great
saw that.
tweet.
That was amazing.
Yeah,
So
but that's
just remember
horseshit.
that this
But that's
isn't-
fucking horseshit because they could filibuster this goddamn law. It went through the Senate. They could have filibustered it and they didn't. So that's just bullshit because a lot of your Democratic representatives in the Senate are still on the take from big telecom companies. So that's a horseshit argument. You can still stop this.
Depending on who the representative was. You don't
Right.
know
I mean, I'm just saying I liked that quote.
It's
I
a
do
great
too,
quote,
Grace.
and there's another one that was like Republican lawmaker. I retweeted someone, I forget who it was, who said Republican lawmakers, we don't want to show you Trump's tax records because we want to respect his privacy. Also Republican lawmakers, here's all your internet. So
Final thought, we gotta go.
Yeah, I think the word that matters here is privacy, because in the person said it was a slippery slope. So if we allow, this is just one step in a direction that could be obliteration of privacy in general. And also with the way things are going with our government, who's not to say that now they're able to peer into our homes through our television. That's what's next. Look at Alexa, all these things that are recording your conversations.
Right. Yeah.
I feel it's a conspiracy, and that we're placing these things and giving them what they want without even knowing it.
To bolster Grace's point,
Final thought, we gotta go.
Well, there's two things. First, not the businessman in charge doing stuff for money and not for what's right or wrong. Like we just started selling fighter jets to Bahrain because we didn't used to, because Bahrain had like a check saying like, are you violating people's human rights? If so, we're not selling you stuff. We just said, no, that's fine. Keep violating human rights. We're going to sell you some fighter jets.
Good for business.
It's good for business. And the other thing, the simplest way to think about this privacy thing is it is illegal for, if you have a phone and you do a phone call, if you're paying Verizon to use your cell phone, they can't listen in to the content of what you're saying on the phone. Why should they be able to monitor what you're doing when you use the service they're providing for money online?
Yeah.
They are, and you're paying them.
Right.
They should fucking pay you. AT&T tried to make it so that you had to pay more.
Right.
They try
to opt out.
They try and make it seem like it's this really nice thing that they offer you.
Right.
It's like Pandora does it. Like if you want Pandora without commercials, if you don't want ads, pay us more money.
Yeah, exactly.
They're trying to make it like that, but it's not. You should think of it as they're not allowed to listen into my phone calls when I make phone calls through their service. They shouldn't be able to monitor what I look for on the internet because it is only porn.
Right. And you're paying them. A to the Ben. All right, please share your thoughts in the comment section below. We'll see you next time.